Hi YouTube, what's up? It's Weird Paw, the original vlogger, the OG VLOG. With Valentine's Day coming up, I thought I'd show you some of the Valentines that I got when I was in grade school. I went to grade school in the 1970s, so that's when the Valentines are going to be from, and I still have them all. This Valentine's box I made, I think, was from 3rd grade. Here it is, as you can see. Paul Petrosky, that's me. And all of my Valentines from all the grade school are in here. So let's take a look at some of them, alright? Before we get to the Valentines that I got in school, let's start out with some Valentines I got from my grandparents. Here's one from Grandma and Grandpa, as you can see. And it's some kind of a dog that has big, furry hearts for breasts. This is Grandpap to Paul. If you look really close, you'll see that underneath it says George Schwartz, 1951. So my grandfather, he was kind of cheap. He liked to reuse Valentines. My grandmother liked to cut things out of magazines too, so she made me this Valentine by just cutting it out of some kind of religious paraphernalia. I like how on the back it says, "To Paul, Grandmother," right around this nun. And here's one more from my grandfather. This is one of the worst jokes of all time. "I'm nuts about you, Valentine. How about a date?" How about a date? What about a flirt? This one's kind of disgusting, and not because it's from my mother, but because it has this horrible baloney on it. Looking at that baloney makes me want a Ralph. Okay, now let's take a look at some Valentines that I actually got from some of my classmates in grade school. Here's a handmade Valentine that I got from someone named Eunice, but I'm a little worried about this Valentine because it looks like she put a hit out on me. Here's a Valentine from someone named David. I think his name was David Coyne. Anyway, looks like he was pretty artistically challenged. He was trying to tell me that the Steelers were the best, but this helmet looks a lot more like a duck. In the 70s, they really didn't do a lot of merchandising with Valentines, like now there's all the popular cartoon characters on Valentines. Back then it might just be a kitten or something like that. Here's a Valentine I got from Frank Carreri. I knew it was from him because if I looked real close I could see the word Frank erased, so I wrote it down here. He was trying to tell me that I should guess who wrote it by writing Guess Ho. Alright, let's take a look at one more Valentine. This Valentine is a Pink Panther Valentine, and that's not really all that interesting in itself, but this Valentine was actually given to me by Sean Gilday. Sean Gilday was a kid who used to bully me in 3rd grade. I think maybe about 10 or 15 years ago, I heard on the news that Sean had been stabbed to death. He was stalking his ex-girlfriend, and her new boyfriend took the knife out of his hand and stabbed him with his own knife. So that's all we have time for today. Happy Valentine's Day! I'll see you later, YouTube.